Welcome to another episode of Marcel Hyde Mindset. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I know you guys are finding some value from the videos that I do produce. Make sure that you're sharing this content to someone that you think it could help them grow, help them elevate, maybe even help them change some things in their life that could help them potentially get to that next level, potentially, heal them, cure them, whatever it is. My videos are intended to help people. I've been in the mental health space for 8 years, and I'm just super passionate about mindset and just having the right mindset each and every single day. I think it's a daily thing. Every day you wake up, you have to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? If you're not feeling good, why are you not feeling good? And if you're not feeling good, what are some things you can do to make yourself feel better? Okay, and that could be exercise. That could be maybe you got some deep-rooted trauma that you haven't healed yet, so you're not feeling good every day, right? You got to figure out why you don't feel good, because if you look at life, right, and you wake up, that in itself is a gift. Not everybody gets to wake up. People die all the time, and if you look, there's a tracker out there that shows the amount of deaths that happen on a daily basis, and I believe it's per minute. And it's just the amount of people that die per minute, the amount of people that die every day is astronomical. So I look at that, and that puts things into perspective for me, at least, because I look at that, I'm like, wow, that could have been me. I could have been dead. Maybe I wouldn't have the ability to come on this platform and speak and help people, find themselves, help people grow, help people develop, help people, maybe I drop a gem that now you take and you apply to your life, and that helps you become a better person. So, find gratitude in that, in the little things. And I think with so much going on in life, you have to ground yourself, and you have to find gratitude in the little things, like air that you breathe, right? The trees around you, the birds, just the small things. If you have a healthy relationship with your spouse, just the little things are the things that matter the most and have the most amount of substance, all right? Don't forget that. It's not the designer bags, or it's not the chains. No, it's the real things, the relationships, like having air is a privilege, and waking up and having water. Like, we take those things for granted. There's a country out there that doesn't have that. There's a country out there that is waking up today and having to go to a well, and there's someone in the world today that may not get water today, may not get food. So think about those things. We're complaining about, I don't have the latest this, or I don't have the latest that, but think about the problems that you're complaining about. Are these real world problems? Are these problems going to make or break your life? And you got to ask yourself that question, because sometimes we have these problems and they're not as big as we think. All right, they're very small, minute compared to, if you look on a global scale, the issues that you have sometimes, right? You're complaining about your job. Well, there's somebody out there wishing they had a job. They don't have a job, or they're in a country begging for money. But they try to get a job, but they just haven't had the ability to. All right, so I went on a quick little morning rant. I'm shooting a little video in the morning here, and today I want to talk a little bit about educating yourself. So you have to find time to educate yourself. And when I say educate yourself, I don't necessarily mean the traditional school route. And I'll never knock that, right? A lot of people say school's a waste of time. A lot of people say, school's not going to get you anywhere. And, I'm educated. I went to school. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Educated doesn't necessarily mean that you went to school, but I do have a school education. I do have a degree. I did go to university. And will I say it's a waste of time? No. And if you look at going to university in a different way, it's not just about that degree. It's about the networking. It's about the communication skills that you develop. It's about the discipline, because you have to be disciplined to study. You have to be disciplined to go to class and listen to professors. So there's different skill sets that you develop while going to school, and not everybody's going to be a YouTuber. Not everybody's going to be a content creator. Not everyone's going to be a big business owner, right? So for some people, maybe school is a waste of time. But for the vast majority of people, school is the route you go, because that gives you structure. That allows you to now find a job. You can work and you can earn income, all right? Just be mindful of what program you're taking. Don't go to school and take a program that doesn't lead anywhere, or there's no jobs in that field. Think about it. When you go to school, think about, is this career or this program that I'm taking actually going to help me get to that next level? Is that is this program going to help me earn income? Now I can buy property. So you got to be thinking about those things. But when I talk about educating yourself, I've graduated from school, I finished school. In my mind right now, I'm not thinking about going back, but who knows what the future holds? I'm not going to say no. I never say no to anything. I never say never. Never going to happen, never going to do it. I've said that before, but as I mature, I realize things could change in your life, What if I get interested in something completely different and it requires me to go to school? Then I will go to school, right? But my thing is, when I say educate yourself, I mean, there's so many books out there. If you go to a bookstore, there's so many books, so many genres, and you have to self-educate yourself on different topics, whatever it is, psychology, religion, health, whatever it is, spirituality, just always educating yourself, nutrition, whatever it is. It's like education doesn't stop. And I think sometimes when you graduate from the structured system, you just stop learning. I think the percentage is very low in terms of people that actually pick up a book and read after they're finished school. And it just blows my mind. Like, once you're done school, you're done learning? No, it's just like learning never ends. Learning never stops. The more knowledge, the more information you have, you're going to be more equipped to deal with life, okay? And you'll never have all the knowledge, you'll never have all the information, but you can also learn from other people. Learn what you can learn, all right, by yourself, and then also learn from other people. And that's going to equip you, right, to deal with life, to manage your own life, to become a better person, to evolve. Like, how do you grow? How do you evolve if you're not learning? You got to ask yourself that question. If I'm not self-educating, if I'm not reading those books, if I'm not listening to the podcast, how am I actually growing? Because that's one way you can grow yourself, is by educating yourself, by reading books and listening to podcasts. You will grow by reading books. Not only will your communication skills develop, but your writing skills can develop from reading books. Your patience can develop from reading books, because you're sitting there reading a book. Also, you get this information. Now, either you could share this that could help someone, or you could take it and apply it to your life, all right? So you have to be educating yourself, and you have to find time to educate yourself. And you'll see, once you start to educate yourself and you find time to educate yourself, people are going to notice you in a different way. People are going to be like, something's different about this individual, because it's just different when you're reading books. It's just different when you've said, okay, this year I'm going to read 12 books. This year I'm going to read 2 books a month. And you just see yourself develop and change, not only from the way you speak to people, but also your communication skills, like I said. So it's hard to measure it, because it's intangible, but you will develop, you will grow. And it might actually help you get a promotion in that job, because it's going to be like, you're going to come across maybe someone in management, and you're going to be able to articulate yourself in such a high manner, or so you're going to be so well spoken from all these books that you're reading, and you're going to have so much knowledge, and they're going to be like, wow, this person is extremely knowledgeable. Maybe they can run the company, or maybe they can be a supervisor, maybe they can be a manager, because they communicate so well. They're good with their words, they're understanding, right? So just reading is honestly like a hidden, it's not hidden because it's out there, but people just stop for whatever reason. And I get that, you live a busy life. Some people are working 2-3 jobs, and the system is designed that way. The system is designed in a way where you're not working 20 hours a week and spending the rest of the time developing yourself. Because imagine you work 20 hours a week and the rest of the time you had to develop yourself. How good would you be? All right, so think about that one. But if you're working 2-3 jobs, you have to squeeze in the time. If you're working one job, you must squeeze in the time, but you have to squeeze in time to read and develop yourself. Because if you're not working on yourself, I heard something from Jim Rohn, and he said something where you have to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. And I really get that concept. Like, if I'm working hard on myself, I'm going to get further. But if I'm just working hard on my job, how far am I going to go, right? If I'm not developing myself. To get to that next level, I have to develop myself, okay? So make sure you guys are taking the time to develop yourself each and every single day. Self-educate. You have to find, it's easy. You can find 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is. Compound. Compounds over time. If you're able to, read 10, 20 minutes a day, it's going to add up over time, all right? So remember, my ebook is available for purchase. It's only $5. It's not a big purchase. I made it affordable so everybody can afford it, from kids to adults. It's an ebook that, anybody can read. It's an easy read. So grab that ebook, subscribe to the channel, click that like button, comment, and share the content, all right? Marcel Hyde Mindset.